again. What is it with Valve and random algorithms? Do they even know how they work?
Yeah, it's just, well, you know, there's 7 maps in the pool. It's actually randoming from all 7 maps. It just so happens to be that the other 6 in the pool are trained.
Apparently so. I mean,
so there you go.
There's I don't know. There's probably some hipster mathematician out there trying to start a debate in Twitch chat about, you know, the true nature of random functions, stuff like that.
Well, how many times can it go black or red, right? You know, in a row.
Yeah.
I learned this lesson.
I'm never letting you cut loose in Vegas ever again.
Thank you.
Never
Thank you, Anders. Watch my back, bro. Watch my back.
Well, we do have Virtus.pro starting on the terrorist side. We have D.2 on the CT side here, and I've got to say, I do favor D.2 in this matchup as well. I think the French team has been playing very well. Recently, French-Belgian team, very, very impressive. But look at Virtus.pro already rushing in and trying to see if they can get that early bomb plan on the B bomb site. Snacks is going to be able to put it down, and a quick trade I think is going to heavily favor Virtus.pro right now.
Yeah, this is actually going to put a little bit of pressure here onto G2 going into this retake, but RPK, he's going to be able to find that lurker Pasha fairly early on. Existence, Shocks, and Scream already pushed up fairly close to this bomb site. Fresh smoke goes down as well just to buy a little bit more time, and Existence gets the random shot onto Snacks through the smoke. Well, this could really throw a wrench in things now for VP. They're down a man, but Neo is going to bring it back. Still down just the 1. But now Taz manages to tie it up. He's got that Tech 9. He's already rocking it. And now they bring it back to a 2-on-2. It's all on RPK and Shocks, and they're running out of time. No kit picked up just yet. So they really have to get on this bomb fast. The smoke goes down, and the straight up knife YOLO straight in, and Neo dies from it. What is going on,
But they don't have a kit. Neo actually throws himself on the bomb. That's some real dedication from one of the most veteran players we have in this game. But in the end, it wasn't even that. It was just running out of time. And I don't understand why D2 took so long, because here's the thing. Once RPK, and you're absolutely right, once they get the flanker killed, that has to be a huge sigh of relief if you're going for the retake. You know, we don't have to worry about the flank. Let's just go. Oh, you know, we got the man advantage. At one point, we even had a 2-man advantage. Just go for it right now. You know, run in there. And they were very slow, and that allowed Virtus.pro to make some of those plays, get some of those kills, even out the situation. So big start here for the Polish team. And, you know, after that Pasha segment, you have to imagine there's going to be a couple of people out there who think, well, I kind of want Pasha to win, just because I think that was almost a bit emotional, wasn't it?
The biceps, right?
Yeah.
I know, that one tugged at my heartstrings.
Yeah.
But this is, I mean, look at this complete lack of respect going on from VP, man. They just want to establish the pace, and the pace is fast now. They just get out onto that B site again so quickly. They catch out Shocks, who was the only man holding there with that MP9 up close, and now Bialdi and Existence are going to have a bit of a duel, although Scream is going to be there to actually catch him out before that can happen. So now there's actually two-pronged assault going onto this B site now from G2 going into the retake. Scream and Existence, they can go into the brown halls, they can try and get a backstab going there. And RPK and Smiths, they're in CT, but they aren't even actually going to take the fight in the end, it seems.
All right, so I am so confused.
I'm a little bit confused as well.
All right, so Existence is going to kind of stick around. I just thought maybe the better move, obviously they're going to try and save the SMGs, which I guess kind of makes sense. What I was hoping is that they'd actually try and sandwich VP in with the bomb, you know, just try and say, well, you're going to have to fight your way out, and maybe end up with the bomb instead. VP will be successful in fighting their way out, but they choose CT spawn where no SMGs or anything else was. So, I mean, it's just still not a bad round. They get 2 kills for G2, they save 2 of the SMGs, they have armor. Something could be built on top of this.
Yeah, they actually dropped quite a bit. I mean, they went full rifles, it seemed, VP, and they actually managed to lose one of them. So a little bit of a costly mistake there, but still, I mean, they have 4 rifles again. In this round, Neo's just going to stick on the 5.7 because they know that there's going to be a bit of an off buy coming in here for G2 this round. Shoxy, he gets dropped that MP7. Is he just going to stay on it? Isn't going to invest in Kevlar. I was curious to see if he was actually going to go ahead and take that risk, take that step, give himself a little bit more of a fighting chance, but it's going to be Scream sitting with that CZ up close. He's got that Tech 9, well, I mean, he's got the Kevlar and the helmet as well. He can take the fight, but Shoxy, he's got faith in his MP7, man. See if he can actually pull it off.
Look at this. Neo's actually pushing up, which is, I mean, he's going to get the pistol loose. That's not too bad, but the problem is his teammates can't help him from Pop Dog because there's a smoke going on there. So Neo's a little bit alone out in this courtyard here. And right on the other side, they've got to be careful. RPK and Neo practically bumping into each other here. It's going to be RPK, even without the armor here, to win that first fight. And that's a big kill, even if they don't actually get a rifle behind it. That's going to help him out. That's a bit snack. Up and out in the open. Existence to take him down. That's a huge kill. And luckily for Virtus.pro, Bialy going to come back, not just with 1 or 2 or 3 deaths. Well, 3 is going to be the end of it. It seems Shocks and Scream 2-on-3 right now. And the bomb will be going down here. Taz to join in on the action. And Shocks, who got dropped that MP7 in the beginning, hasn't really managed to build anything on top of it.
He hasn't seen anybody, right? No action on B site to keep him entertained. So it's just going to be him kind of lurking around, hoping to catch somebody out on the backside. Pasha's already looking for a way out for his team right now, working his way out through A main, and he's going to run into Shoxy, and there you can see the aim punch come into effect. The fact that Shoxy didn't invest in that Kevlar means he's a very easy target for Pasha to pick up in the end. Single bullet will hit him, his aim goes wild, and then Pasha would be more than happy to take that fight at that point. So nothing working for G2 in that round really in the end.
Well, I mean, if it hadn't been for Bialy's triple there, that could have been a really, really bad round. That started being 3 versus 5 there, and you know, quickly got turned around, but that's pretty important. So 3-0, and G2 in position to buy. Smith's picking up the AWP here.
Yeah, now it's, I mean, Smith's has been, I mean, he's obviously, you know, they've kind of like focused on him being that op man, focused on him getting that op and actually trying to have an impact with it. Shoxy's picked it up a little bit in the past, but it seems like Shoxy, he's content to sit on that rifle and try and let Smith, you know, go to work with the op. But Smith, he takes that aggressive peek over by Alley where Pasha likes to hang out, and he's going to get slapped down to 16 HP right off the bat. And now VP, I mean, they know that they've managed to do quite a bit of damage to Smith, so he's going to be feeling antsy. He's going to play a bit more passive. And then the lurk from Neo, he just catches existence completely off guard.
Wow, and that seemed like that shouldn't be possible. I think it was only possible because Scream was sort of trying to reposition himself up on that bomb train, so a little bit unfortunate, but Smith's and RPK coming into it strong with a couple of kills there. It's going to bring it back in favor of G2.
Wow, what is this? RPK has no idea that Bialy, a second man, was lurking behind that smoke and Alley. Easy kill there for Bialy to bring it back to a 3-on-3. Molotov goes down, creates some space. Scream getting caught out. He gets the headshot on Neo, but Neo wins with the AK, and Taz from the site is going to take out Shoxy. It's down to Smith, who just hasn't had an impact at all with this AWP. And now he's kind of stuck in a 1v3. There isn't a whole lot of hope for him. Trying to take advantage of this smoke. See if he can't catch somebody out, but this is definitely going to be another round here on the board for Virtus.pro. Just can't really see Smith being able to pull off a 1v3 retake on the A site with so many angles for him to worry about. So an incredible start here for Virtus.pro, man. So far, I mean, winning the pistol, G2 trying to go for the curveball with the force, double SMG force in the second round. They weren't really able to get much off of that. And VP so far, I mean, they're just looking like that. Well, what's really refreshing is that we're just seeing them decide, you know, instead of going for the slow play, which is what they actually started to go to when they started doubting themselves, really. Now we're seeing them just come running out the gates right off the bat. Just taking the fight straight to G2, very aggressive play from VP, not letting G2 get comfortable, taking control of the pace of the match. That's the important thing, and that's what we say about teams once they get on that T side, is that they get to control the pace. They get to say, this is going to be a fast game or a slow game, bit of a mix, we're going to keep you guessing. But right now, VP, they're just showing no fear and going straight at G2 looking for the fight.
And if we compare the current scoreline to some of the earlier games, I mean, just the previous one on this very map, you see how even if you have a bad start on the terrorist side, you're able to sort of grind it back if you know what you're doing. Well, VP have a fantastic start right now, and it looks to be getting even better with just a very minimal buy-up here for G2, as you said. So, I don't know, things are quickly getting out of control for the French team. RPK, though, big of an opening. They almost line up for him. That could have been at least one kill. Existence going to come charging through, but they're ready for it. Smiths and Shocks left, and doesn't look like they're going to be able to get much out of this round.
No, they're just getting smashed this round. Looked a little close there on Pasha. He's a little slow to react on RPK's position. There's Shoxy, he catches out Neo. Gets that headshot with the Deagle, but Bialy will face him in the end, win that duel. And it's a 5-0 lead now for Virtus.pro. Going into the big buy round coming up now for G2, and we have to see what they're going to try and change up going into it. But so far, things have been just going Virtus.pro's way. They've got 2 guys who have more than 10,000 after rebuying, after re-kitting for this round. Yeah, so the money, they have huge money right now on VP's side.
Yeah, Bialy being one of them with a really, really big bank there. The fact that he's had a good start to this game, I think it's important. I think even though, obviously, he's sort of actually becoming a very experienced player, without a doubt, but I still feel like he's the more emotional player on this team still. The sort of the player that has a worse reaction to having a bad start individually. I don't think he's the sort of guy who will blame his team for a bad start. He'll blame himself, which could also be very bad. So, and the counter here for G2, look at this. Auto sniper on Smiths.
Yeah, this is a shift up. This is a change. And Smith decides to take it. Well, I mean, that was like get right spot way back in the day over on the B site, like the hold up close to lower ramp. Just, you know, gun people down, shoot their ankles out from under them. Smith decides to play a bit farther back on the site, but it is going to be that Shoxy-Smith combo here on the B site. And G2, they aren't really cutting corners. Virtus.pro seems like they had the idea to train G2 to worry about that A site. They went to A site 3 rounds in a row, but this time around, they take the bomb to B site very early and put quite a presence over in the Brown Halls very early on. So it seems like they're trying to catch G2 out. Maybe G2, you know, trying to sneak an advantage, keep an extra man on that A site, and VP could look to capitalize on that, but it's not going to happen. Although that was a sick shot from Snacks.
Well, and then we see a perfect sort of example of what the difference is, right? Because he did get tagged, but the AWPs are one shot for the body, whereas your sniper, you need two, and he just couldn't even get the second one in. Shox is going to have to work some magic here, but actually they're going to be falling back with a bomb here. They're faking out. They're putting in the smoke, and they're putting Neo in here as well to try and see if he could make some noise and draw some people over, which he has. Still two people in that bomb side, in spite of the fact that the push is happening over at A right now. So rotation coming back in. RPK might be in a prime position to stop this round, and look at the time as well. 17 seconds left. They need this one. G2, they can't let it go. Stream going to be going down. That bomb is going to be planted as well. Pasha getting the kill. 10 seconds left. And Shox in a 1-on-3, and he has to do this. He gets the one kill in, and now a 1-on-2 still left, and he's one of the best players in the world. Can he actually do this? He will be denied. It's going to be Bayali instead, who's still playing very well. Tied for the top frags with Pasha. 7 kills each.
Yeah, and that's commendable by Pasha, commendable play basically, because what he did is they hadn't killed RPK yet, and RPK is also one of those very static players, doesn't do a lot of movement, kind of sits around on his part of the map and just waits for you to come his way, right? So the fact that they hadn't killed off RPK yet, Pasha was very careful about not turning away from Ivy, not giving RPK the chance to get the backstab in, and that kind of thorough play pays off in the end. G2 lose that element of surprise, and then VP get control of that A site. So it just kind of falls apart from there, but we're seeing some very nice play coming out from VP at this point. They aren't really making many mistakes for G2 to take advantage of.
Yeah, you got to wonder, could they even have had the bomb down if RPK hadn't been killed? You know, probably would have been really hard to put that bomb down, but they succeed, and that's going to make it 6-0. And Moses was saying, I think correctly was saying, with that the Virtus plow, we haven't seen it in such a long time. Now would be one hell of a time to bring it out, and it looks like we are beginning to get into sort of the plow territory here. 6-0 right now, favoring the Polish team.
This is where they're starting to get a little tricky as well. This time, however, there is more of a focus on Ali. Smith is actually back here to set up that crossfire with RPK. Pasha there to take out RPK initially. Smith misses the first shot, and Pasha with the double entry frag onto the A site. Now it's just going to come down to the last man alive. That's Existence, but not for long. Taz finds a headshot on him, and it's VP just completely taking control of this A site. All 5 players alive. Taz the only one having taken any damage at all, and it comes down to Shoxy and Scream, who are sitting on CZs, but not a lot of hope. They kill Pasha. They could actually get something out of this. So they can run away and save that AK. That would be huge. Or Shoxy's just going to use it to, you know, beat Bialy upside the head with it.
It's always good to get some kills like that, but you really wish they would happen right at the beginning of the round, you know.
Yeah.
Shox starts that round with 2 kills, then everything is looking a little bit different, but you know, a bit of a cleanup at the end, getting a couple of kills in there. Scream is looking around trying to see if he can steal that AK once the bomb's gone up. We are going to be heading into 7-0 here in favor of Virtus.pro, and I'm a bit shocked right now. I definitely think that G2 have been playing better and better. They did, I think, do something really, really careless and sort of almost reckless here.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Because there was an interview, I think, up on HLTV where they said, well, the Titan curse has been lifted, and if you can't do that, Semler. I mean, I'm not a superstitious person, but
we both facepalmed when we saw that, bro.
It's like, why would you invite that kind of thing into your life again? Just don't even say that.
Can't say that you're superstitious or anything, but, you know, Existence hasn't made it out of the groups at the majors since DreamHack Winter 2013.
Yeah.
So to say, yeah, we don't have that curse anymore, it's like, no, you just have to shut up about it and get it done. Then you can talk about it. Then you can say, yeah, guys, we don't have the curse anymore. But to tempt fate, to tempt fate against VP, who are perfectly capable of beating you.
I cringed a little bit then. I thought that's not wise, is it? Just don't, you know, just be safe. Don't even mention it. Forget that it ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are heading into the 8th round, and we're going to have to see some kind of turnaround. They're still playing very safe, and with the 3-2 split, sort of 2 at the B bomb side, 3 at A, I'd like to see some aggression, you know, coming out, but maybe that is. I mean, we always say that, but the fact is, if you keep playing passively and doesn't work, there's really only one other option, isn't there?
They put the fear into him. I mean, this is sick play from VP. They go super aggressive at the start, get control of it, take away all of G2's confidence, just make them start doubting themselves, put the fear into him, right? And then they start falling back into a more default kind of play, waiting to see what G2 wants to do. If they're going to go aggressive, fine. If they go passive, that's fine too, because we have the edge right now. We're the ones hitting our shots. You guys are not. And so right now, I mean, G2 are playing into VP's hands. we have to start wondering when G2 are going to decide to go for the pause. Existence, he's no stranger to him. I mean, hell, he used to use eco rounds on pistols, just run around and spawn and use that as an improv timeout before we actually had, you know, like real timeouts that could be called, you know, before that was added to the rules.
Well, look at the time here. Virtus.pro cutting it extremely close. This is almost, I think, suicidal. 20 seconds and you're only now walking in, but Neo opens it up. This should be almost impossible. If anything goes wrong in a push with 20 seconds left, you're going to run out of time here. Scream, gonna pick up the one kill, but Taz already putting the bomb down, and I don't think they can stop it. They can't. RPK again being sewn down, and he can't stop the bomb plant. And Shocks, well, he's gonna have to do a 1-on-4. He's got the first kill in, spots out Taz, who actually goes for the fight, which is really not necessary. Taz should just play it safe, and as soon as he does, Shocks realize, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So 8-0 is gonna be the scoreline here for Virtus.pro, with a push at and maybe even less than 20 seconds.
Cutting it way too close, but then they're also, I mean, that's that gamble when it comes down to those kinds of pushes, right, where you're just going to force your opponent. G2 in this case, they decide to take the risk. They push through smokes, they try and challenge and try and get on that bomb on that bomb planter as quickly as possible, and VP, they're just waiting for it. All the angles were covered, so G2 just ran right into the blender.
Just to point out for anyone wondering, so how it works when it comes to the time and why we're worried about the sort of the 20 seconds, you need, as the clock ticks from 5 to 4, you have like a split second in that sort of 4 bracket where you need to put the bomb down. You need to click the button and sort of start the actual plant sequence. If it goes past that, you know, once you go from 4 to 3, that's it, you're done. So you got to do it in the interval. So really, you only have 15 seconds to. Once you're in 20 seconds, you only got like 15 seconds to get into the planting zone. And even worse than that, and here's the problem. Here's why it's dangerous. Obviously, is if you try and go for that kind of execute, you walk in and the guy carrying the bomb dies. Suddenly, you have to spend an extra couple of seconds picking up the bomb and everything. And if you try, even if you do it, if you try and plant with 10 seconds, and this is the sort of the secondary issue, if you're putting down the bomb with 10 seconds left, the CTs can essentially sacrifice themselves and just run in and shoot you, and they don't have to worry about dying afterwards, because if they kill you with 10 seconds left, then, you know, there's no time to plant almost.
Yeah.
The round is done. So it's very, very scary. Not many teams prefer to do that way. Luminosity and Navi are like the big two big teams that do it, right? Not so much Virtus.pro.
Navi's like the big one, basically, where it's just like they'd run it down to 15 seconds and then commit to a site, and it's just like, okay, you guys are actually insane, and yet you keep making it happen, you keep making it work. Not a lot of teams are capable of, you know, keeping their poise, basically, keeping their cool in those kinds of tense situations where any mistake is going to cost you the round. And I mean, that's also a testament to just how far VP have come. I mean, the level that we're seeing out of them right now, they've shown that they can play aggressive, they've shown that they can run the clock down to 20 seconds and still be able to execute onto a site, passive play. I mean, this is crazy. We're seeing a whole breadth of different styles coming out of VP right now, and this from a team that has been struggling. I mean, have been in a massive slump for the past several months. So coming into this major, there was a lot of speculation as to what level they were going to be able to hit going into this. But right now, we're just seeing, you know, we aren't even seeing G2 in the server. Like Virtus.pro, this is just the Virtus.pro show. They've taken 8 rounds in a row on the T side of Train.
Yeah, some absolute madness. Shocks is up at 8 kills. We've got Existence and Smith at 2 each. Scream at 3 and RPK at 4. So, I mean,
where are they? And Shocks, you know, he's got 8 kills, but a lot of those have been just low impact, you know, after the round is lost, basically frags, you know, so he's like, he's not getting big kills, you know, they're turning things their way. He's getting kills of like, oh, okay, I'm going to fall back and okay, I'll take one with me, right? That's not cutting it right now. We really need to see a huge step up in performance from G2, but this is my main concern about this team is just when it comes down to high pressure situations, such as the majors, we've seen Existence, we've seen his team struggle in the past where they just aren't able to keep it together when everything is on the line, when it's a high pressure situation. And so right now, yeah, we're seeing more of the same from G2. Like it's the pattern that they've fallen into, and they haven't succeeded in breaking it yet.
Well, here's some actual initiative being taken by G2, which is pushing up down Ivy, flashing their way. Great double kill for RPK. Does go down. Smith doesn't actually need to commit to getting the refrag here. There's still a man up, and that's absolutely fine. So I'm glad that he sort of chooses to just fall back. That's a very, very good play coming out, and also a sign that actually the sort of the tactical pause, you know, maybe working out. Existence goes down, and that means we're back in a 3-on-3. G2. Everything right now rides on this round. They need to make this half 7-8 at all cost.
This will break them if they lose this round after getting an opening like that, getting the 2 kills. If they lose this round after that kind of advantage, it's going to be so hard to see G2 actually get back into this game or get into it at all. So, I mean, the fact that Neo is able to find some kind of low kill, Snax is going to be able to react in time. He goes for the flick, but he's not fast enough. Scream will find the headshot eventually. Taz spots him, though, and sees that he goes down from Sniper, so there's some important information for him. 40 seconds left on this clock, and now he's just hoping to catch Scream out. Scream is not looking the right way. He turns, but it's not fast enough. Taz will find the kill. Both of these players on VP are low, but there's the lurk in by Neo, and then Taz finds the kill on Smiths.
Come on.
Come on, right? That's exactly right. Come on, G2. How does this happen?
They were on either side of the spool then in the B-bomb side, not realizing it. Oh man, this is the kind of start that should give you a round, and I think you're right. You take the tactical timeout, you come up with this, it even works, and you still cannot close the round. I think it's not been true for a long time, but there was a point in time in 2014, I think especially, where whatever team you asked, who don't you want to play in the tournament, everyone would say VP. Everyone said, because they're so unpredictable, because all their timings are different from every other team, and because we don't know if they're going to be, you know, not much of an opponent, or if they're going to absolutely truck us. And I think D.2 are sort of experiencing, maybe not for the first time, what that's like when VP really starts showing up, and it doesn't help either that they seem to be mentally out of it, but this round has a really fantastic start. They get 2 kills. It gets traded a bit, and Existence also low, so it's not done yet, but Shock's finding that kill with the bomb as well. It should cement this round. They should have it.
Yeah, they're finally turning it around here, G2. They went aggressive last round. It didn't pan out for them in the end, obviously, as you guys saw, along with us. But this round, they choose to go aggressive on B site. They're perhaps hoping that Virtus.pro were trying to change things up, trying to stop hitting that A site that they've been going to basically for the last 6 rounds in a row. So G2 are like, okay, this is the time that they're going to try and change it. We're going to go ahead and prepare for that, try and go aggressive B and see if we can't catch them there. Still works out as they push into and get the backstab on A site, basically. RPK and Existence holding the line on A site as well. That was key to all of this working out, because that forced VP to fall back from A to start looking to B, and guess what? Shoxy was already waiting up for you in White Halls, and it all works out for G2. They finally break the streak.
This is what you need, some of that energy, right? And we've seen today the North American teams have been good at, you know, some of that woo action, you know, get in there, get fired up, because a hell of a lot rides on this right now. This is a mad group. If you lose this game to Virtus.pro, how are you gonna try and make it back? You know, you're gonna be playing either Cloud9 or Na'Vi, depending on how things work out. It's gonna be terrifying either way.
Oh no, well, it's going to be again rinse and repeat here for G2, but the Scream, the flash is there to slow him down. Neo's going to find Smith down on upper, and Scream, he trades 1-for-1. That's not good enough. Shoxy, you need to make the difference, but he runs out of bullets. And now Snax is going to be able to rotate in here to support Neo.
I couldn't even tell you how Neo is still alive after taking that really, really awkward fight. Well, it seemed like 2 people were shooting at him. That took such a long time, but somehow it works out anyway. And now you need to see a reaction from G2. They are a man down. They know this default play is not working out. Virtus.pro have been very, very consistent in winning, even when they've been a man down. So someone has to sort of go and do something aggressive here. Win a fight at IV if you're RPK, maybe if you're Existence, sneak into main and try and see if you can get some information. I think just waiting around right now is asking for VP to set up the right kind of execute. Existence a little bit aggressive here, a little bit proactive. Going to be taking the kill. Snax with the instant reply, and now RPK calling for backup in the A-bomb side, but that's a mistake. They're going to be going to B instead. It's a great headshot though, and it gives them a chance.
Yeah, Pasha, with that lurk, he just gets a little bit too excited, decides to push through that smoke and really try to catch somebody out. Luckily for him, Snax is just so consistent with this AWP right now. He's not missing many shots. So he catches the man out in Link, and now it's all on RPK to clutch this. He gets spotted out, so now VP actually have the information. They know where he's playing from, and so they can really set up the afterplant situation. Great shot from RPK to take out Neo, but Snax has got the positional advantage now. Bomb is planted for him, and RPK has to worry about him peeking from upper, but Snax, of course, is already 1 step ahead. He's going to be coming in from lower, and RPK is not going to see what hit him once he goes for the tap on the bomb again.
And there's no kit either, so he's basically run out of time as well. Snax playing this one really well, and not relying on the AWP. If he misses a shot close range with the AWP, he could be going down immediately. So playing it safe with the pistol out, and even better, just staying alive for the duration. So 10-1. And that economically, it resets G2. This is the worst possible thing. They lose 9 rounds in a row, win a single one, and then they're back to losing.
And yeah, and they're back to $2,000 basically across the board for everybody. It's a catastrophe, and like, what do you do now if you're G2? You're just so far behind. Massively far behind here at this point. VP, they've reestablished their money. They don't have anything to worry about going forward as far as the economy is concerned. This is really brutal here for G2, and now, well, what can they do? They've got the Deagle, they've managed to actually, well, they just put a little bit of money into the round, and they're stacking A, just crossing their fingers, hoping. I mean, VP have hit A site the majority of the rounds in this first half, so they're just hoping that VP are going to, you know, keep going into that pattern, keep trying to push onto the A site and find something here.
Yeah, why not? Good pop flash in for RPK there to take out Pasha, but it only gives them a little bit. It's probably not enough to build around behind. Right now, they will have heard them running up in Whitehall's there. Shock's great headshot on Taz. That is a way to get back into it. That Deagle, very powerful. We haven't seen too much of them in the tournament so far. Scream's going to get a kill there. Shock's close range, but he can't take out Neo. Gets a double kill instead. And it's now RPK trying to see if he can make it back in the round, but it won't be possible. It's going to be 11-1 instead here, and Virtus.pro absolutely and utterly wrecking G2 in this first half.
Yeah, this is pretty brutal, man. Not really kind of, I mean, if you're losing the duel straight up as well, like that's the kind of moment where Shoxy really needs to, like, you know, ignite that star power of his and win out. Just get that Deagle spray to connect and actually turn it around for your team so that RPK can then rotate in and you can win the round. And had he actually won that, that could have been something that actually did something for G2. I mean, that could have changed things up for G2. But now, I mean, it's a force buy for them, very little utility, straight rifles, Kevlar, no helmets, no kits, and now just down to 2 smokes. What's the call? And VP, they know this. They're going to keep applying the pressure. They're just going to show no fear. Goes charging straight out. Bialy decides to give them a helping hand. He takes out Neo, but Snacks is there to find the long-range kill on Smith. And this is it. They're going to get the bomb plant with a man advantage on the B site. And G2 have no utility to make this retake any easier for themselves.
No, Virtus.pro in a great position right now. 4 versus 2. I mean, G2 kind of have to fight at some point. They can't also just keep getting into a disadvantage and then saving and maybe not even that. Existence trying to fall back out here. He's going to run into Pasha and take him out. But obviously the call has already been made to try and abandon the bomb site here. Snacks, look at this. Actually checking the ramp there. That's some pretty heads-up play. But he does get taken out by RPK, so...
Oh, Bialy has the info?
Oh, whoa, wow. What a grenade. Existence is going to be scratching his head there.
That's the dunk right there.
That's the dunk.
I mean, if
Bialy
was just like, you know, if he, because they can, I mean, they're close enough where if you shout, right? If you shout, you hear each other, right? If he was just like, dunk! As Existence gets, yeah, that would have been pretty sick. But Bialy,
incoming,
not going to get that down. Missed opportunity there for some BM.
It's the thing is when everything works out for VP, which obviously is right now, when you're in GG, you're just shaking your head at this point, thinking, I don't know what's even happening. You know, with everything that they do works.
They're not making a peep. I mean, looking at them, I mean, they just look. They already look defeated.
Yeah.
It's just the struggle is incredibly real right now. Bialy with the double spray down. Again, they try and go aggressive in Alley. D2, not going to work. Existence, however, holding up close, and he loses the duel. He had the drop on Neo, and it just doesn't work. And this force buy in the 14th round is not going to pan out for G2. Of course, they have to go for the force. I mean, they need every round they can possibly get at this point, but they are so close to just getting completely and utterly bodied out of this server right now, G2. VP, what are they going to do? It's Shoxy, instant headshot on a Neo, but Neo was already low after that fight with Existence, so good on him there. But now he's in a 1v3 with an AK, no kit, and that bomb is planted on A, and VP, they've got plenty of time to set up for him.
Yeah, this is even for Virtus.pro when they're in plow mode, this is something else, isn't it?
This is a devastating loss.
The nuclear power plow here, just absolutely wrecking everything in its path.
I mean, this is the last thing that any of us expected, I think. I mean, it could have gone either way. But to just get completely devastated like this, no, I was not expecting this.
It could have gone either way, but I still would have said it, and I think I said at the beginning, I thought G2 had a bit of an edge over in this matchup, but obviously that's turned out not to be the case. We'll see. It's the 15th round coming up here in G2. They need, if nothing else, just for the feeling of it, they need the last round, maybe try and get the pistol in the next half, see if they can't, you know, get salvage a little dignity here. Shock's going to be going down. Taz and Neo don't care about G2's dignity. It's going to be RP here to take a kill finally, but with a missed max 7 shot from Scream, that has also been revealed, the potential flank there, and 4 versus 3 in the retake here. I don't think it's going to happen, Summer.
And, oh man, perfect timing for Pasha. This time, the lurk actually works for him. He will find the last kill of this first half. Snacks with the long-range shot as well, managing to chime in there. But, I mean, really, this just, it's kind of tough to say. The G2 never got their heart going, never got their heart, like they just got completely crushed. Or like the heart, basically, VP, they're a bear. They just ripped it out of their chests and ate it in front of them. While G2, you know, they're still like feebly trying to reach up their hand, you know, please, stop, have mercy, VP, please.
Let's make it end.
Please, and Pasha, he just flexed his bicep.
I think they really would have preferred a quick death like that. But I honestly, you know, Pasha said in that segment that we ended up, not that it's, you know, the whole team is just Pasha, but he did say, you know, I won't let anything stand in the way of me becoming one of the best players in the world. And, you know, this is a pretty good performance. 15 kills on him, 15 on Neo as well, who actually was struggling a bit behind in the beginning. I mean, so it's one performance, it's the best of one game, so we can't, like, you know, pour sort of too much into it,
no, of course,
by way of analysis. But obviously, I think there are a bunch of other teams in this tournament of sort of a tier 1 caliber who must be looking at this game and thinking, oh god, we hope it's not going to be one of these tournaments where VP are going to be turning up like this, because I think there's almost not been a team, I think, that's existing right now that hasn't run into this kind of VP at some point.
Especially after Katowice.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing, you know, that devastating loss that VP suffered in front of their home crowd versus Fnatic.
Yeah, but what was interesting about that game was because they got wrecked so hard against Fnatic early on, but they actually made it back. Like suddenly they came alive and they started sort of fighting back in that game.
Well, Fnatic just had mercy on Inferno.
Well, there's
no arguing.
It could have been.
No, I'm sorry, bro. You're trying to, like, Fnatic. Well, actually, were not the, you know, they weren't the ruthless Vikings. They weren't
ready to execute them.
Yeah, they allowed them.
I still think you saw that VP were not just coming to that tournament sleeping either. So like there was, I think, because if you think about the path they've been on, VP, because you mentioned Leipzig and how badly they got wrecked there. I think going into Katowice, you can't even imagine a VP that says we're not going to worry about Katowice as a tournament, right? So they must have had some sort of upswing going in, and I mean, if that's continued on to the major here in Columbus, you've got to imagine that that's a bit scary for anyone who might be facing them. They're just a very hard team to predict, aren't they?
Well, for the 12% of the hopefuls out there who are still rooting for G2, again, anything is possible in a game of CS. G2 are not out of it until VP have 16 rounds on the board, so we have to see.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible,
NA
bro.
teams have won maps today, so I think you might be right at this point. We are going to be heading into the 16th round. Pasha seeing if he can get an opening frag, but he's going to get overrun. And Bialy trying to hold the line here. Some backup is here, and he actually hits that shot. Snack's helping out. Oh, Virtus.pro, they've got no mercy at all. It is a 2-1-3. Snack's going to be helping out. He's a terrific pistol player. Existence going to be shutting down Neo, and now it's all on Existence. He actually picks up one more kill, and he's got plenty of time to find Snacks here. But the thing is, the health, it doesn't make that much difference because we're looking at headshots here for Snacks anyway at this range.
Yeah, in Existence, I mean, he realized that Snacks rather was over on the far side. But where is he now? That's the question. Snacks is working his way closer. Existence, it's all about timing now. Who's going to turn? Who's going to face at the wrong time? Existence is actually setting a trap for Snacks, getting up into Pop Dog. Snacks, he's expecting Existence to be working his way closer to that bomb. He just checks it just to make sure. You know, is the bomb still here? Did he manage to sneak his way past me? The answer is no, but now it all comes down to it. This is going to be timing. Who's going to see who first? And Snacks, he's still facing. He's got Electric Box. He's dancing like a ballerina. He's still alive somehow. Existence trying to close the range, and finally that reload comes through, but Existence doesn't take the fight. This is the longest duel, and somehow Snacks wins it.
How is he allowed to reload behind that Electric Box? What the hell did we just watch?
Existence, where's your killer instinct? You hear that reload and you don't rush him? Was he afraid of the knife?
Yeah, I think he probably was afraid of the knife. Either way, this is heartbreaking.
No, this is soul crushing.
Not like this. Definitely comes to mind. Look at the response from G2 as well. One tech and an RBK, but 4 Deagles on the French side here. Virtus.pro, just an absolutely chaotic team,
and for it to go that way as well. Bialy, he's gonna find the first kill on Smith. That was an A main. So initial start there, Existence. Some of that that DM with the D headshot service is paying off a little bit. He manages to completely annihilate Task. So a nice start there. Shoxy looking for a bit of the shoulder peek play.
They're actually going, well, Viali wins the fight, but it's kind of smart that they go aggressive behind it, that they push Pasha up, because if Shox gets the headshot, he's probably not going to expect that there's someone behind that box, so that could have been an interesting mind game. Right now, it's a 2-on-4 with RPK and Existence left, and you don't have much hope for them at this point. RPK trying to equalize a little bit and getting that kill on Neo is certainly going to help out. Where's that bomb planted? Looks like it's not going to be. The bomb is miles away. RPK, last man left here. 16-1 as Virtus.pro take the map away from G2 and win their first of the tournament. What a crazy game.
What an amazing win for Virtus.pro and a devastating loss for G2.